Throughout most of Central America, prostitution is legalized. Therefore, when someone enters into prostitution, they're instantly put at risk for sex trafficking, especially those that come from impoverished areas.
Prostitution is generational. More than likely, if 2 generations of women have been in prostitution, the 3rd generation will enter prostitution as well.
I moved to Costa Rica in the summer of 2009, and within the first few months of living there, I learned about an area, a rural area, where children were being forced into prostitution. And I was just shocked, and even more shocked to find out that people knew about it, but nobody was doing anything to stop it. And so I just began to pray, and my heart just really longed to do something to just kind of stop this, to just be that voice for those that don't have one, like Proverbs talks about. So I started talking with a group of people in Costa Rica that were friends of mine. We began to talk with local officials in this area and local churches, partnering to see what could be done to stop this. And so from that, our first idea was to have an outreach fiesta where we would go in and take food to the women and children that were actively already involved in prostitution, and play games and just basically love on them where they were, as they were, and share the gospel, the message of hope. The response from the local churches and women and children was so great and so positive that we realized we were going to have to do more. And so from that first fiesta came the realization, after much prayer, that we were going to need to start a nonprofit organization. And so it was an incredible privilege for me, and just an incredible, journey in that beginning to really seek God's heart and how you stop something that felt so bigger than you. And therefore, Light Force International Ministries was born, and it has been an incredible journey.
Light Force runs 4 main outreaches under the Mariposa Project, or the Butterfly Project.
Our fiestas were the beginning of Light Force's outreaches. At these fiestas, women and children are supplied with food, fun, and their immediate medical needs are attended to. Holding these fiestas gives us a solid way to approach the women as friends and begin to build relationships with them. The second outreach, under the umbrella of the Mariposa Project, is the jewelry workshops. Light Force uses these workshops as a means of training and outreach, where we can build relationships with the women while sharing the transforming power of the love of God. Third are the Passion and Purity seminars, where we go into local schools and churches to educate young girls about the importance of abstinence. These seminars address questions young women have about dating, sex, marriage, and just relationships in general. In giving young women a biblical perspective on sex, the hope is that they will fight against the lies fed to them by society. In August of 2011, a tragic event prompted us to start a Children and Youth at Risk program in a small community we'd previously been working in. We held our first safety fair, where we taught on the importance of knowing your rights as a child and the difference between right and wrong sexual behavior. At the same time, we also started a girls' club with several teens from the same community. In teaching our Passion for Purity material, we hope to train and disciple these girls to do the same in their own community. Through preventative action like this, we hope to change the course of these children's lives by talking about difficult subjects like sex and being a real relationship in their lives. Casa Agape is a safe place where we can bring the people we're ministering to on the streets. Here we can assess their needs on an individual basis and get a better chance to know them. This facility also acts as a classroom where we teach English once a week. One week we teach a formal lesson, while every other week they can practice conversational skills with our team. Casa Agape has truly lived up to its name as a house of love. When men and women from the streets come in, they tangibly touch the love of God. Our street outreach has given us a way to begin friendships with men and women being sexually exploited on the streets of San Jose. By simply offering coffee and cookies 2 nights a week, we've been able to minister hope in the darkness. And little by little, we see hearts and lives changing through real relationship.
Love and Scissors invites women trapped in prostitution to learn the trade of cosmetology. This program affords women the opportunity to explore a career that encourages them to give back to the community through beauty and healing. Cosmetology is an effective, creative business solution that will provide income for them and their families. Not only can the women be empowered to provide for their families away from the dangers of the streets, we here at Lightforce have the chance to build relationships and walk with them down this path of change with encouragement and prayer, giving them hope with the love of Jesus Christ.